never thought a grown man could come to me, or is it just my fantasy? A little preface. My apartment is on the first floor of the house that is located near the waterfront of our river, where very often people decide to commit suicide by throwing themselves off the bridge. Every morning my alarm clock goes off at 5:20 a.m. Exactly, and I hate that alarm clock. Like all the days before, I got up on time, but not this morning. I woke up with the feeling that someone was looking at me, and panic settled in my heart. We have a small dorm room, so my son's bed was near the window, and mine was further along the wall. Since the days of autumn were very warm, we slept with the window open. I was lying with my eyes open and involuntarily listening to what was going on outside. I hear someone shuffling through the leaves, as if a broom sweeps. Well, I think at least we have a janitor, but then I realize that the janitor at 4 a.m. will not sweep the leaves. Shh, shh, shh. Someone comes to the window and freezes. Nothing happens for a few minutes. Slap, squelch, squelch. What a familiar sound. And I remember we used to come home with our boots full of water. So, who's that coming to our window? I was terrified. I just wanted to go to the window, but I recoiled in fright. Someone was tapping on the glass with their knuckles. But how? The plane is so high, even a tall man couldn't reach the window. Maybe I imagined it. The blinds on the window were closed and I couldn't see what was going on behind it. No, it wasn't. There was even more instant sound on the glass, again and again. And that nasty squelching sound in my boots. I could see that the man who had been waiting outside was wriggling from foot to foot. How to close the window, it flashed in my head. But then I heard the invited guest trying to stick his hand through the open window. Under the influence of adrenaline, I slammed the sash with a loud sound. My son jumped out of the bed. He was 12 years old at the time. "Mommy, what's going on? You scared me. Someone was banging out the window." "There's nobody there. You imagine it. You're not wearing a face. And what's the smell in our room?" It did smell like a mixture of slime and rotten fish. And where did it come from? Our guest? My son, the brave child, went to the window, pulled back the blinds. "Look, there's no one here." Our yard was visible from all sides, but there was no one at all. Only the moon was shining and the wind was swaying the branches of a chestnut tree. A few days later, we found out that they had finished out a man's corpse, which had been washed up on the bank of a river. He had been lying in the river for days. Could it be that his soul was coming, or was it just a coincidence?